Not so much anymore. If I popped it, it would hurt because the skin underneath is still sensitive. That's why you get little bubble incubators, so it heals in its own your own fluids. Because if you pop it, then it's all the nerve endings are exposed. Hello, welcome to my huh?
Can you lose your finger?
No, not something. No. This is a burn on a burn. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm Heyoka. Heyoka, hey, Heyoka, hey. Hey, Heyoka, hey. I got a Heyoka recommendation today. I do. I came across this in the flowers that Mom got for her birthday. Did I just drop it? Where'd it go? What happened to it? Did it fall down? Oh, it landed on my sweatshirt. It's right here. Not to worry. Here's a little string. I couldn't stop screwing around. I'm a loser for real. Woo! A real nice lady, an earth angel, sent Mom flowers for her 70th birthday tomorrow. And these are the people that delivered the floral arrangement. Especially Vanessa. This is for Vanessa. Vanessa, thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. I get more excited about them than Mom does. Mom gets so excited about them. It's hard to tell who gets more excited about the flowers. I'm gonna post a little blip on my Instagram page too, so people see how rad the flowers are. See, these are the kind of things that are gonna make the world different. You know, and I went ahead and I gave them a call today, and everything's closed. It's Black Friday. I'll talk about that in a minute, Ma. I gotta keep my train of thought. So everybody's closed, but I called and left a message and let them know how much we appreciate them, and every day, because the flowers are still opening up and they still smell wonderful, that it just keeps adding joy, and that we thank them for that. And Vanessa did a real good job. So that was cool. That was cool. They are. Well, maybe I'll grab them. I'll just grab them real quick. And it smells so wonderful next to the eucalyptus wreath that we've got going on here too. Look at these, man. Vanessa's top notch. Look at this. I mean, come on, dude. Just if everybody put flowers in their face like this, nobody would be sad. Nobody would be sad. You can't put your face in flowers like this and be like, I'm so sad about my life. You just can't do it. I'm so sad about everything. You can't. The smells won't allow it, man. They're like little alien tickles going, you can do it, you can do it. Everybody, I wish I could send everybody flowers, man. I really do. All people that are sad right now. I'm sad for people that I saw that seemingly look happy. Because they don't even know they're sad. It's so sad to see like pictures of people that like yesterday, Mom, I saw a picture of this one woman. It was her, and it was like a Zoom Thanksgiving. It was pictures of people on all their technologies all lined up because they all stayed home for Thanksgiving because everybody's freaked out about this glorified the road. Yeah. So it's so weird that people are physically not. You got to be around people you love, man. People need touch. People need laughter. People need other people's joyful vibrations, camaraderie, man. People are dying and they're suffering hard without it right now. I'm just so blessed to have every day I got with Ma. 70, man, 70. We've been together again a long time though. 2008 we've been together. Well, I went to work and stuff earlier on, but now we're just the old spinster and the old lady. OLE, not OLD. Oh, the old lady, the old Lorretta.
Yeah, Lorretta better than old spinster.
No, I'm the old spinster, Ma. Never married. You've been married before. I ain't never been married.
Oh, that's
Spinsters ain't never been married. But can you be a spinster and a gay wad? I don't think you can be a gay wad spinster. I think it's the hetero spinster. It's a hetero term. God bless everyone. I offer my flowers to you. And I know people are having a hard time because, dude, people are, when their truth is tampered with, when the way that people believe things that are their whole life, once they find out they're not that way, people are becoming disheveled. Just let them. Just let them. Let them have their dishevel. Don't go in there dishevel with them. Let them have their own belief system. Because as I understand it, at the end of our incarnation, when we take our last breath, and that's your last breath is your spirit, and it goes out into the ethers, and you become one of source. That's the light. Go into the light. That's source. That's love. That's the highest vibrational frequency there is true light. Bing! And everybody gets it. No matter how you've lived in this incarnate, everybody gets that truth. You get, because truth is it's in light. Truth is transferred in light through technology, electricity. It's light. It's energy. Truth has its own frequency. And when people are shorting out right now, let them have it. Rise above into the light. Be in that frequency. Don't be in people's cognitive. Don't just let them have it. Just let them have it. You're absolutely right. What because there's a time and a place, and just let people have their truth. It's for your own safety. Because people are really freaking don't know how to contain their vibrational frequency right now. They don't. I gotta put these up because I feel like I'm gonna spill because I'm clumsy as it is. They're just so amazing. So if anybody's in the Flagstaff area, check out Vanessa at Floral and Arts Flagstaff. Tell them Not So Large Marge sent you. I love recommending places. My favorite restaurant, Block 16 in Omaha, Nebraska, they put a thing on their Instagram page because, God, their food, man. Oh, I can taste it right now, so I never have to miss it because I can just go through my memory files and, I can taste it right now. And, but they're all closed up and stuff anyway because everybody's closed up. Everybody's, the people until people see. But the way it depends. It depends on people's heart space because the way I see it, because we're coming at the end where all these benefits that people, all these bailouts, people didn't save their nuts. They just spent it and bought TVs and a whole bunch of toilet paper and all this other crap, and they squandered it. See, but now they're running out. Now it's running out. So all these unemployment benefits, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the wave of okay, here go the jobs. 32,000 at the wicked frickin' Disney. They're laying off 32,000 people off their 230,000 employee, huh? All of their franchises. They're just because nobody's doing nothing, so people aren't buying stuff. But they got all these bailouts, but the crack society only getting wider, and people are about to start getting desperate about stuff because when you can't pay your bills, it puts pressure on your freaking organs, and a lot of people are doing stuff to escape these anxieties. So they're drinking more, they're taking more pills, they're doing whatever they can. But the thing of it is, the planets in the sky are activating us, and so it's how we are. What is supposed to divinely connect us to source, people ain't doing it. So think the people that ain't been living that way for other people, like all these property managers, all these people that are making it hard for other people to just get into places to live, like these property managers, Mom, they're freaking building these apartment complexes, making them small and crappy, and then they're charging people like $3,000, $2,000 to live in them. Because people can't afford that shit. They can't, but they got all the bailouts, so they piss away money like everything. But people with money piss away with money and then think that the people that have gone without it so much, they do that. But people that have gone without it so much are very resourceful. We can live on next to nothing. We're just tired of it, because we see so many people that are gluttons, just pigs. We were talking about earlier, because God willing the creek don't rise, Mom's going to be 70 at midnight. 70. And she had a major brainstem stroke when she was 38 years old. And I see more gratitude, more resilience in this woman every single day than most 20-year-olds. More ambition, more gratitude. Every day she's grateful that she can walk. How many people walk this earth that take that for granted? You take everything for granted. The fact that you got to wake up and breathe today. And then you hear stories about how elders are falling apart, and then they have to go to the hospital, and then they're having miserable experiences in the hospital because it's a miserable place. And but let them be a lesson to us. Take care of your bodies now. Mom is very agile. She's very agile. Mom, so you're pretty healthy, considering. I mean, your age, your stroke, your light, all the operations. They sterilized her when I was born. They still do those unauthorized hysterectomies. They cut her uterus in half and only took one ovary. It's disgusting, the things that, for what people do for what, whose own good? Who gets to say? These people that have put themselves in positions of authority, you know what? Every single one of them, put me in the room with them. Put me in the room with them, and I know why they act the way they do. And it probably starts with somebody when they were younger made them feel small. So they at some point made the decision that when they got in a place where they would never feel small again, and they would just do things to hinder and not help other people in this incarnation. And they'll just make it hard for other people because other people made it so hard for them. And now we live in a world of egomaniacal freaking psychopaths and sociopaths and empaths, all at an impasse. Either people are going to grow more in their ego and more in their spirit. We know what the earth is when people live from their ego. Look, there are empty houses all over the place. Empty houses everywhere. And then there's people that are living in tents all over the place. Tents. But you have that whole predisposed mentality that people say, well, people who live on the street live there because they choose to. No, it's because there's so much bureaucratic bullshit and nobody does their job. You can't get a hold of anybody anywhere. What, are they supposed to go online for help? Are you kidding me? All the while, the bureaucrats just pay themselves six figures. Dude, they don't care about opening up nothing because their lives haven't been impacted and changed. They get their direct deposit. They're getting their freaking... Look, go to your local city, county, state sites like you were going to go look for a job and look at the pay scale of what these people are paying themselves. $8,000. Their pay ranges, the ones that I qualify for with my college education and my background, in California, $8,000 a month they pay themselves. For what? It's not like they're it's not like they're hauling water, providing, of something that people need to live. No, they sit in an office. Sometimes they write emails. Sometimes they make phone calls. Nothing that is worth $6,000 or $8,000 a month. We live in a reindeer game society, folks. You gotta wake up, man. You gotta wake up. How many people, and I see all these chats, all these spiritualists in their chats. Oh, open, love, and light. How many single people are living in freaking, houses, 3-bedroom houses by themselves? But they just keep buying more shit to fill up the rooms. And there's people all kinds of way all over the place that just... A buddy of mine today, it was my pleasure to be like, dude, whenever me and mom land, you're just a bus ticket away. You always got a place with us. And people just want a place in this world. Because most people, they don't got families. Most people don't have families. And even the ones that have families, look at the families and the relationships of the people that do have families. How many people had a really great day yesterday? How many people are having a really wonderful holiday season so far? And thinking, and is it wonderful because of where you are now? Or is it, or is it not because people are remembering, last year? Everything is in cycles. So, people are having a chance to look, old lang syne, may the old acquaintance be forgot, right? We're coming at the end of the year. We're wrapping it up. What did you do this year? Were you naughty or nice? What are people doing with their heart space? I just want to help people. Come on, Vanna. I just want to help people solve stuff. And when I get in a place where mom and I don't got to worry so much, I'll help other people find housing. Like, network. I'm all about networking. If you knew my astrological chart, you'd see how I make connections. you know, and people get old. There's so many lonely people, old elderly people that would love the company, and they're the ones with all the knowledge because they lived in history. They lived, so they're the ones that tell us this, dude. This is where what. That's why I've always hung out with people that are older than me, because I listen, because they lived through these situations, and I go by their experience, and then sometimes when I come up in experiences in my own life, I recall of other people and then think about, okay, well, this is how they handled that, and look where they ended up. You know what I mean? So it's all about inputting data, right? But thank God I got the mom I got, and I learned the lessons, when I was young. It starts with don't touch the hot stove. Well, I touched the hot stove, and I, you know, got my hand stuck frozen to the refrigerator like it was bigger scale than the tongue on the pole from A Christmas Story. But I just know I've been a spirit, and I think somebody's excited about something. Um, but I always knew I was a spirit having a human experience, and then that's what we're supposed to do. And people got stuck in this program that they're supposed to live every day over and over, and go to work, eat lunch, poop. There's just all right. Some people are happy to go home, and some people are just happier to stay at work because they got nothing to go home to. There's just all this vibration of the earth is ascending, and people know it, and because now everybody had to change their routine. And then they're deciding, maybe all that home time isn't as wonderful as they thought, and maybe their kids, they haven't been as proactive in their kids' education because their kids are brats and they need to freaking have more discipline, and maybe they need to be more of a life guide. One of the coolest things I ever heard, a guy named Kenny said that his definition of a parent, as he understood it, is to ultimately teach your child to make their role obsolete. Like, teach them how to do everything that they can't do for themselves, or even give them the knowledge and the whereabouts, where it all, to learn how to figure stuff out. People go, I see people do it all the time. They'll go up to, like when I was in IT and stuff, they go up to a copy machine, they try a couple things, and like, I can't do it, and then like go give it to a receptionist who already has more on her plate, than this. But they're just like, they don't even try and figure stuff out. They don't even try. I can't do it, and then go get somebody else to do it. Well, freaking figure out your own shit, man. You know what I mean? That's what mom taught me. Is I kind of, it was to my detriment that that's why I went to the Air Force and chose my career field, dude. I'm a flight line mechanic. I'm freaking trained by the United States government to fix electrical equipment in 6 different systems: hydraulics, pneumatics, fuel system. It don't matter, it don't matter what things are, what's broke. I know how to fix so much shit. Cars, I'm just a troubleshooter. I might not be able to do the physical work to repair it anymore, but I can freaking, hey, know somebody that can, hey, he's looking for, a couple home cooked meals and stuff. We got to go back to the barter ways and keeping it local and recommending people. Tell them not so large, Marge sent you, that you appreciate, to keep the good ones going, or at least the ones that are good to me. I see people endorse stuff just because they get paid to do it. It's weird. Nobody wants Hailka to endorse them. I got a lot of experience too, and I'm a food snob. Like Block 16. Go see Block 16, man, when the world opens up again, when people freaking pull their heads out of their asses and start living in faith that they always talk about, instead of all this fear that they've been living. It's hypocritical, Ma. Ma, how you feel about being 70 at midnight? You're still alive. You're so pretty. It's that smile. I always tell her what a pretty smile she has, and then she tells me what a nice smile I have, because we got the same smile. We do. I got her face. Sometimes I see Greg's face in there. Yeah. See, it's joy. I mean, you don't need a lot to freaking raise people. Just be joyful. Just, I was thinking about that earlier. Is that I recognize as there's so many people that just ran their own show, that the astrology lined up, and it's like, yeah, you're sure you're going to get everything you want. Sure, it's going to go your way. And people did all this, right? But I mean, people are riding their wave, but that wave is going to crash, and then they're going to get the experience just like the rest of us. That was one of the scariest life lessons, because I had experiences and did stuff, got over my head. Luckily, I'm still here. It's kind of amazing I'm still here. But I remember freaking because I almost drowned when I was 6, so they put me in swim lesson until I was like, I don't know, before lifeguard, and I'm like, I'm done, I got it, I ain't gonna be a lifeguard. But my dad would take us to the beach, Avila, Pismo, and we'd go body surfing, and you want to learn about freaking physics and God's power and will and stuff like that, get caught up in a freaking, I ain't been caught up in a riptide in this incarnate, but get caught up. It's like being in a like washer cycle. Like you can get stuck in a loop on the bottom of the ocean in a wave. If there's rocks and there's around, it's like you got to learn where to go and what's dangerous and what's not. I'm all constantly. I've been a survivalist my whole life. I got my first hunting knife when I was like 5, 6, because Mom had a boyfriend who was a Vietnam vet. Said, just teach her how to use it and respect it, and you don't play with, and you teach. Again, kids are freaking not stupid. Kids are a lot smarter than we are, and that's why when you teach people the importance of health, just health, and staying mobile and moving around, I gotta get up and walk around every because people get stiff, and then that's why a lot of elderly people, they can't move and they become less agile. Because they don't move, But Mom and I like to go for walks. It's been cold recently, so we haven't been going for walks as much. But it'll warm up again. And then we'll go back out for walks. Yeah. So we go out and take pictures and stuff like that. I got a couple cool pictures. There was a spiral in the clouds in the sky, south of Flagstaff this morning. I should. Let's see. So how's everybody else doing? If there's people in the talkie room, can you see it? Can you see? It's like it starts there and then goes around.
It spirals itself.
See it?
Yeah.
Isn't that trippy? Oh,
it's wider and wider.
Those are Mom's pictures. There we go. I woke up this morning, and while I was, you see the spiral? Oh, you could, I bet, let me just turn down the brightness, and I bet you can see it. Yep, there it is. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I'll put it on Instagram, maybe. That was rad. What was that? My train of thought derailed, though. I want to see if anybody's in the talkie room. That's a good thing, Scrooge. Yeah, that's what sucks, though, is all the people that work for them. The people that are all these company and businesses that are just like, all right, thanks for the money, we're going to go ahead and close. And then all the people at the top are taking all the billions of dollars of bailout money that the government offered to keep business sustaining. They're opting to close, and so all these people are losing their jobs. Yeah. Hi, Jude and Heather and Carl. Hi, Carl. I'm glad you're here. I'm still running my mouth. Yeah. But see, they helped them make the billionaires get billionaire, and the billionaire said, no thanks. We're just going to keep all of our billionaires to ourselves, all of our stuff to ourselves. You guys can go fend yourself. And then they're like, man, those people really need to work harder. You know what I mean? But it's just, but the maniacal are falling down. The maniacal are falling down. They are. The egomaniacs. The world can't sustain on this wave of greed that it's been. It's perpetuated, and all the astrology is lining up that the crust is going to break probably about the 20th of December is when it's going to reach maximum. And then things are going to be like, not the things, it's going to be, there's certain things that happen in history where once it happens, the earth is no longer as it was before it happened. Yeah. There's like, It's like video games, you know. Once people reach levels of their ego, it can change timelines. How people act from their heart will designate the direction in which this earth goes. And people are fearful, so they are choosing the opportunistic way to keeping everything for themselves because they're fearful. But us faithful are like, we know it's going to be okay, and we got to share. I got to share whatever I got with everybody because I know it's going to be okay. So I try and offer my experience, my strength, and my hope because I know how these vibrations are and what these frequencies feel like, and people are just going crazy because their belief systems are so being threatened. And when it's like it's putting them in a vibrational frequency of fear, and where that vibrational frequency of fear is, there is no place for logic at the same time. It's like having faith and fear. You can't be faithful and have fear at the same time. Usually people that are faithful are people that know themselves and just know that in whatever situation they react in, they're going to act in a God way where it's going to be okay. And the more than 50.1% of the population is living in that squalor, fear, mind, because they don't have the fortitude or the belief in themselves that no matter what happens, they're going to be okay, or in a higher power. So the people that don't have a God or a higher power right now are really going to struggle, but those that do are during such stressful situations these days, they're going to hopefully come into the situation with God, and even if people are threatening and violent, they'll just go with God too, right on out of the area or situation, you know. Just let people have their belief system, even if it's freaking, you know, because there's too much violence. There's too many people committing suicide. There's too many people checking out. I saw a picture, I don't know, it was on Nassam, who's his son, he's a quantum guy, scientist guy that gets a lot more freaking funding than the spirit, you know, all the teachings I got. And I actually have been like, I don't know, just another one of those whatever. Yeah, that's the thing is, I always thought when I did these videos that people would find me, because I vibe high. I'm a full spectrum human being. And so the more people relate to me on different levels, then the more people come into actually finding the stories of what I already believe to be true. But I've been doing a research on this for a long time, and I actually lived, you know, and worked at the base where Looking Glass was, you know, and so even as it's all quantum stuff, and even just being there energetically, on an osmosis level, I've tuned into freaking knowings about all this stuff. But that's all right. People, when they're interested about people that have actually lived this history, then more people start to watch and listen to my stories, you know. But they don't care because they're still watching Netflix and the hula hoop, the hula troop. Man, some of the shows that they allow, it's just weird. And it was interesting because I was listening to, I think it was Sam Geppies, one of those astrologers, and they're like, wait till you start seeing like the bizarre like the Christmas commercials and ads and stuff like that. It's gonna start getting weird. It's just people are just in their psyche, and so they're, you know, when they're in their psyche and egomaniacal, they just do what they want. They don't have no self-restraint. So we're gonna see some insights of companies and what they're really about, and it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be trippy. So, hi Duffy Lives. What else was I gonna say? Then I was gonna wrap it up. You need to move. You want to put your feet up on the pillow right there? What was I gonna say? I was gonna wrap it up on that one. Oh, I was picturing stars. So this guy posted a story on Facebook that I started to talk about earlier.
That's what he called it.
No, that's what I call it, because I'm not going to let the algorithms pick up I come up with my own terminology and spelling, which is, society was like, oh, grammar, spell, you got it all this proper, but it's actually into my favor that I just go by my own heart, because misspellings and my own wordplay out there they ain't gonna do an algorithm for me. You know what I mean? So if everybody just started calling it face butt, you know, because I call it that. It's called something else. I ain't gonna say it, but everybody shows their ass. Everybody post all the stuff of what they're really about. So I call it face butt or face ass or whatever. It's just weird. I'm like posting spiritual shit. Then I'll occasionally post something like "F the master's stupid," and then I'll lose like 3 friends. But then I post all this spiritual shit. They don't ever look at the spiritual shit I look at. They don't like that stuff, the positive stuff that I post, 90% of the time, or I'll be like, let me see if I can find. So this guy posted this picture earlier about how this black hole was spitting out stars, like at a. I'll find the story. That's why I saved it. Supermassive black holes birthing stars at furious rate, and then the picture that it shows. Now I believe that there's a universe for every story that exists, right? So for every person, for every consciousness, for every animal on this planet, there's a version of Earth for them. That's why we live in a multi-universe universe. So, right? Because we're not living one universe and everybody's we're living freaking all these universes, and the majority of the population, how they get in alignment creates how reality is. And well, we have these control freaks that decided that we should all, like, most of the world should live in squalor while they freaking watch and go, well, isn't that unfortunate? No, they're like, isn't this great? Look, we are so powerful, we can make this happen. We can cause all this harm because they are freaking feel small and tiny inside. But what this makes me think of when I see this is that, like, for when we take our last breath, we're a spark of light. We go out. So this new stars in the sky is like, you got to freaking hang out and chill and think about what you did in your last incarnate, right? And I was wondering today, I'm like, all these people that are passing on, Mom, all these people that are dying right now, right? Yeah, young. I don't know. Just ask the media; they'll tell you who's dying. It's all freaking whatever. People die every year, but the thing of it is it seems like more people are dying, and more people are not getting married, getting in relationships, having kids. And then the ones that are like in relationships, they're figuring out they don't really like the person they're with, and they don't even want to sleep in the same room. They don't even want to be around with them, let alone procreate with them. And then people aren't hanging out in bars, so they're not hooking up, so they're not having accidental ups and stuff like that, right? So there's all these spirits that are like that. The way I imagine the waiting room is just like, oh, let's reincarnate. And they're like, oh, you gotta wait, because there ain't no love in the world, and people ain't connecting. So they're not connecting because they're listening to this program of fed bullshit, even though they know their heart says it's bullshit. They're still listening to it, right? So